Hey, IFBB Pro, Johnnie O Jackson here, and you're now watching The Hardcore Truth with Johnnie O Jackson. Thanks for coming in this week, guys, joining me. This week, I'm going to preview the Arnold. If you haven't noticed, I have my Arnold shirt on. I have my South Africa Arnold Cup, which I won in 2017 by my side. So I'm ready to preview the Arnold Columbus in a few weeks. So let's jump into it. But real quick fact: this year is the first year that the open men prejudging, they will compete on Friday night. It always had been on, everything has been on Saturday, but this year it's going to be Friday night prejudging, then Saturday the show. This is huge because this can really help some guys and really hurt some guys too. It just depends. You know, these guys are professional, and I know these guys have their routines down to get themselves ready to peak at the right time. But it's a huge deal when it comes to changing from 1 day to 2 days peaking. So you got to hold on to that conditioning a little bit longer. You got to be, you got to suffer a little bit longer. You got to be disciplined a little bit longer. So, like I said, some guys can take it, some guys can't. We'll see. Everybody's body's made up differently, and we're all human. So, you know, we got that factor now coming into the Arnold. May change things around places wise for these competitors. So, anyway, in saying that, let's see what competitors are in the show. So, we have William Bonik, we have Rafael Branded, we have Max Charles, Brandon Curry, Samson Duda, Nathan Diash, Regan Grimes, Steve Cucco, Cedric McMillan, Fabio Redizende, Mohammed Shaban, Brett Wilkins, and Keem Williams. Man, we got a really good lineup here, guys. These are some awesome athletes, but we're going to jump right into the placing and who I think is going to come in my top five. So I'm going to go with the masses. I mean, unless you've been living under a rock the last couple years, you've seen the vast improvement Brandon Curry has made. I mean, what a true champion. What a great ambassador. I mean, I think he does. I can't say for sure, but I think he does exactly what I try to tell younger guys or novice guys: to look at yourself subjectively, work on your weaknesses, and once your weaknesses become as strong or stronger than your strengths, then you're on to something, because your strengths will continue to get better no matter what. So that's I think I can really say that Brandon Curry's done this, because he's done an amazing job. I'm not sure, how much weight he's put on over the last few years, but it's been quite a bit of mass, and also he has maintained his great structure, his great aesthetics. That's what's really amazing about it, is you've seen guys grow and get massive and become mass monsters, but he's really kept his aesthetics. Guy looks awesome. And if you follow his track record, this last Olympia, I mean, it was a very close second place. He came in to Ramy, and if they would have flip flopped it, I don't think any of us would have argued at all if Brandon would have came in first and Ramy would have came in second. I mean, he looked that damn good, and he continued to look that damn good. And unless he just say, you know what, I don't even care what happens, I'm just going to go in so people just can see me, I can't see anyone beating him on this Arnold stage. Just coming off the Olympia stage and barely getting second place. Like I said, nobody would have argued if he would have won it and became two-time Mr. Olympia. And mind you, he has won the Mr. Olympia title before. So he is a true champion. He is a true ambassador of the sport. The man has done wonderful things, amongst the sport and with himself. to improve himself to become, the beat on top of the bodybuilding world. Now, in saying that, we got William Bonik also. Now, he has proven as well as he's a true champion. He's won this Arnold title twice already. This could be his third win here. But if you look back here in his track record, the last couple of showings, not so much like William, and I'm not comparing William to anyone else, just William to William. The guy is incredible as well, incredible athlete. His lower body, I think, almost for sure, his lower body will be the best in the show. His legs, glutes, hamstring, calves are insane, and I think they'll become pretty much unmatched, on the Arnold stage coming in a few weeks. But in saying that, I still think Brandon hold a little bit of an edge. And mind you guys, I'm really nitpicking. And it's really hard because these guys are the top in the world. I mean, they've reached the epitome. They've reached where I wanted to reach in my career, that I was, fighting and scratching, clawing and training and sweating and bleeding, trying to reach the top of the mountain. These guys are on top of the mountain. So it's really kind of, touch and go, trying to analyze and, trying to, talk about these guys, in any kind of negative form. So believe me, I'm not, but this is what got to happen because there's only one could win. So anyway, back to it. I still think Brandon have a slight edge over William because of the aesthetic factor. William got to be careful, especially from the back, when he does his lat spread or double bicep, not to lean so far towards the audience, to really stand up tall. And why I'm saying that, because his glutes are so developed and conditioned, you can go straight from his glutes to his lats, because his lats are low, and so right from his glutes you can go right into the lower lats as they spread out and miss that small waist that he actually have. So him being, a shorter bodybuilder and more compact, you tend to kind of blur some of the lines and just see one piece, like the upper and lower body is connected to each other, and he doesn't have that small V taper, that small waist, but he actually does. It's just being a shorter bodybuilder, sometimes the lines are blurred. So he has to really watch himself as he poses, that he poses really tall and be able to, show his aesthetics as well in that small waist. Very important for him, because there's not going to be much. And I've seen some pictures of Williams. I've seen some posts of William, and I've seen, looked into his eyes and seen that fire in his eyes. And I think he's pretty pissed off from his last placings and his last showing. I hadn't talked to him about it, but I'm pretty sure he is. And actions, means a lot more or louder than words. And if you watched his post, you can see he's making vast improvements, and he's looking pretty incredible right now. And so I got him definitely as a solid second. And like I said, stranger things that happen. I wouldn't be surprised if they flip flop and William won, Brandon two. But I'm pretty stuck where I am, and give the edge to Brandon Curry for sure. Okay, for my third place, I actually got Keem Williams, coming in third. Now, I always give veterans, that benefit of the doubt until they show up and, show that they didn't deserve it. So, in saying that, Akeem, his last showings, been really great. He's been making so much progress. The man got mass on top of mass on top of mass. Pretty amazing, and I'm a fan for sure. Those legs are ridiculous. I mean, his thickness from front to back. Only weakness he has, that, is nitpicking again, is the high lats, I've talked to him about it before, him and his coach, and that's one of the things they said they're making improvements on and focusing on, and I don't doubt that he's going to make those improvements because the guy is massive, massive body parts. I still think he may need to sacrifice a few pounds because he's not going to look any different on stage. He actually might look bigger on stage if he gives up maybe a few more pounds, just to come in a little bit tighter. Make sure that skin is wrapped tight around those muscles, and I think that will give him an edge. With all the mass that he holds, and he has a very nice physique. That he can come in third. He definitely can, come in third place at this Arnold Classic. My fourth place finisher, I have rookie Brett Wilkins. So this guy's made vast improvements. I've been following him. He's actually a fellow teammate of Gas Clothing with me. So I've watched this guy, and he's make mounds and mounds of improvements. He really looked great. He already had the conditioning thing down. Now he's added mass. So I'm really waiting and really excited to see this outcome at this Arnold because this guy is hungry. He trains like no other. He's really putting it together. He's really putting his career together. So I'm really excited for this guy, and I can't wait to see him on stage. I think this is going to be a great Arnold Classic for him. Also, for fifth place, also another fellow athlete that's with me in one of my companies that I'm with, and that's All Max, and that's Steve Cucco with All Max. I think Steve Cucco, along with Regan Grimes, he's also a rookie, and I think those guys will battle out for fifth place. I give Steve the edge. Steve's a veteran. Conditioning wise, I think Steve in the past have shown to be better than Regan right now. Regan done vast improvements, looked very good, but I hadn't really seen him take it to that next level when it comes to conditioning. I'm kind of surprised with saying that because he is working with Milos Sarcev, and I totally believe in Milos' system. But I think his young muscle, I think those guys are meshing right now. If you see the posts that they're putting up, I think they're really, coming into their own and start to mesh right now. And I think Milos is going to be able to dial this guy in the way he's supposed to be to fight for this fifth position with Steve Cucco. So I'm excited to see that, see a teammate of mine battle it out here at the top five at the Arnold. Okay, besides the top five guys I mentioned, there's definitely other guys in the show that's worth mentioning also. Max Charles is another competitor, very dangerous competitor. Watch out for this guy. He's done great improvements to his physique over the last few years. So he also can make a surge into that top five as well. So it just depends on, what he's done on the off season and improve what he needs to improve to come in to beat some of these guys. So it's going to be great to see, what these guys come up with. Also, Cedric McMillan, he's one of the favorites. And for me, I think, this may be one or two of the last shows he'll compete in. I haven't really seen Cedric in the last couple of years come into that next level conditioning that he needs to come in. His body speaks volumes. Awesome physique, big, massive guy, but he needs to turn up the conditioning. And if he's done that, then he definitely can surge into the top three without a doubt with what he brings to the stage for sure. That's my preview of the Arnold. Hope you enjoy. If you're not going to be there, make sure you catch it on live stream. It's going to be an awesome show. It's going to be open, open to these guys to be able to, depending on what they look like, to change positions. I gave you my top five. I wonder what your top five is. Make sure you let me know here in the comments. Share, like, tell me what you want me to talk about, guys. I want to hear it. All right. Thanks for coming in. I'm Johnnie O. Jackson. This is the Hardcore Truth with Johnnie O. Jackson. See you next week. It's the Arnold, baby.